Where did my coffee go? Here it is. Hello there, everybody. Today I am going to be doing the one thing that they always tell us not to do. Judging books by their covers. Which, by the way, if anybody says that they don't judge books by their cover, I do not believe you. You definitely do. But just because we may be judging the book's cover, that does not necessarily have to influence our decision on whether or not we should buy it. Today what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be showing you guys all of the books that I remember buying simply because I loved their covers and I have no self-control. I'm going to be telling you whether or not the inside of these books was in fact as gorgeous as the outside. The first one that I have here is A Darker Shade of Magic by V.E. Schwab. I think that I'm really drawn towards the more simplistic style. I don't really like all of the crazy business happening on book covers. This cover is so simple and so bold, and I love that it doesn't need to have a lot going on for it to really stand out amongst all of the other books on the shelves. Not only is the cover absolutely to die for, but also the inside of the book is beautiful. I'm not even a person who necessarily cares that much about what a book looks like. Some of my favorite books are so ugly. So ugly. I have to say that when a book is as beautiful as this one, it really does somehow enhance your reading experience. In this book, there are 4 different Londons. There is Grey London, Red London, White London, and once upon a time there was Black London. Grey London is kind of bland and lacks any magic system. Red London is full of life and has magic. White London is being kind of beaten down by this magical war. And at one point there was Black London, which nobody speaks of anymore. This book follows a magician by the name of Kell, who is a red traveler, and he is also the last magician that has the ability to travel between these Londons. Kell is officially a messenger and an ambassador between the Londons, and he is unofficially a smuggler, which is what ultimately gets him into a whole lot of trouble in this book. I absolutely loved everything about this book. I loved how the magic was set up, I loved the world building, and I can't recommend it highly enough. It is indeed as beautiful as its cover. Next we have Mistborn by Brandon Sanderson, and I would just like to start this off with saying this is not the cover that I like. In fact, I really don't like this cover. I don't like the brown color and I don't like the person on it. I don't really like books that have people on them. I'm weird about that. It just bothers me. But anyway, I am obsessed. Like so obsessed with the UK cover for this series. They are my favorite book covers that exist currently in the universe. They are the best. A lot of people like these covers, so I'm not the only one who feels this way. It's like this simplistic, kind of minimalist fantasy cover, and it's just so beautiful. I just look at it and I'm like, I love you, but I hate this one. It is so ugly. It takes place in this world where the sun is red. There are no leaves, no flowers, ash falls from the sky, mist consumes the night. In order to access magical powers, people ingest metals. Each metal provides a different kind of power, and our main characters, Vin and Kelsier, are Mistborns, and Mistborns have the ability to control all metals, as opposed to Mistings, who can only control one. This was such an awesome fantasy book, but also so different from the other fantasies that I've read. It is its own thing. This book is just as fantastic as its cover. It's so good. Guys, read this book. Next we have Seraphina by Rachel Hartman. This is an interesting book for me. It's purple and shiny and there's a really cool dragon on it, and I love just how everything is illustrated. It takes place in a kingdom where dragons and humans coexist, and it follows a gifted musician by the name of Seraphina. When a member of the royal court is mysteriously murdered, Seraphina alongside Prince Lucian work together and end up uncovering this plot to destroy the peace of the kingdom. I will say that the writing of this book does match the beauty of the cover. So many people adore this book, but personally, I could not read this book. I did not enjoy it. I think maybe it just wasn't for me, but it looks pretty, so there's that. Next is a favorite cover of mine, and that is Dreamology by Lucy Keating. Lucy Keating. It's so cute. It is so cute. This cover, so cute. This is by far one of my favorite book covers. The cuteness of the cover definitely reflects the cuteness of the inside of this book. This book is just so darn cute. Just overwhelming how cute it is. Everything about it's cute. Look at the cover and then look at the back. Open on the back. They're closed on front. Open, closed, open, close. I was so pleasantly surprised when it was just the loveliest thing. I'm pretty sure I was smiling the entire time I was reading this book. It follows a girl named Alice who has spent her entire life dreaming of a boy named Max. He is quite literally the boy of her dreams. That is, however, until one day she finds Max, the boy of her dreams in real life, sitting next to her in class. Yeah, I know, right? I mean, doesn't it just sound so lovely? I've always had a very intense fascination with dreams. I think that the concept of two people meeting in their dreams is very intriguing. I think it is just as lovely as its cover. Next we have The Traitor's Kiss by Erin Beatty, and this book surely looks alluring by its cover as well as its title. I mean, how could you not want to read The Traitor's Kiss? I want to know who the traitor is. The texture of it is really cool. Basically the texture of the sword is like leathery, so it feels like the actual hilt of a sword. The flowers are like, I don't know how to explain it. It's like, I love the flowers and the sword. It's a very interesting contradiction. And I also was drawn by the sort of robin's egg blue background because that is my favorite color. This is a fantasy and it follows a girl named Sage who is apprenticed to a matchmaker. Her job is to sort of handle these young women who are being married off to these political alliances, and during this time Sage spies on not only these young women but the men who are escorting them. She begins discovering more and more secrets that lead her to dangerous circumstances that could potentially affect the fate of her kingdom. Not that that last bit sounds super cliche or anything. The pacing of this book was just so unbearably slow, and I felt like just so much more exciting stuff could have happened in this book. It's so disappointing because it had so much potential. But instead you have let us all down. Next we have Defy the Stars by Claudia Gray, and this cover is not typically the style that I'm usually drawn to, but I mean, look at it. I really like how it feels like it's like shooting at you. When I look at this book, I'm just like, whoa, space. It's like, poof. Anyway, it is about a soldier named Noemi who is sworn to protect her planet, Genesis, and it is also about a machine named Abel who has been abandoned in space for many years, and all he wants is to protect his creator as well as be free. And they both find themselves stuck in the middle of this interstellar war. Basically, it's about an unlikely pair, two enemies that are forced to work together to power through this war and all of that cool stuff. That was a terrible summary. So the problem that I had with this book is that it is written in third-person present tense. I have this problem where I just cannot handle reading third-person present tense, and it's so stupid and lame of me, but I just can't. I'm okay with first-person present tense, but third-person present tense, no matter what, I cannot read it. There's just something about third-person present tense that feels more impersonal to me and kind of puts this block in between me and the main character. I feel like I can't get into their head and I'm kind of like watching them from this awkward distance. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's how I feel. I can't get into the story because I'm so focused on how awkward the writing style feels to me. Hopefully I'm not the only lame person that has this issue, because I feel like I'm missing out on so many books that are probably so great, but I'm so distracted by the tense that it's written in that I just can't get into the book, and I can't even really give the book a full chance. Next we have Plus One by Elizabeth Fama. The cover was the real, true reason that I bought this book because it is so cool. So this book takes place in an America where there are two kinds of people. There are smudges and there are rays. Smudges are those who live and work during the darkness, during the nighttime, and rays are those who do the opposite. They are awake and working during the daytime. Our main character's soul is a smudge, and one day she violates the day and night curfew, and during this time she accidentally stumbles upon a government conspiracy planning to manipulate the smudge population. To be completely honest, this is a book that I forgot about, but remember pretty much only because of the cover. I thought that the pacing of this book was really slow. I felt like there wasn't that much room to really develop an emotional connection to the characters. I think that it wasn't a bad book. It's one of those books that I read from start to finish and I was entertained, but I'm not really remembering or talking about that much because it just wasn't anything that special. But I know a lot of people really did enjoy this book, so again, that could just be my opinion. I would still urge you to go and check this book out. And those are all of the covers that I am going to be showing you guys today. I guess my conclusion is that you just really can't judge a book by its cover, even though we will anyway. I mean, I am going to continue judging books by their cover, and I am still going to buy beautiful books, but that definitely does not mean they're going to be good books. And I definitely am not going to let horrendously bad book covers keep me from buying them. Because honestly, sometimes the ugliest books are the best. Beautiful books can be deceiving. It really doesn't matter though. The covers do not really say anything about the inside of the book, but I still think it's interesting to look at. I always just feel like when I buy a book that's extra beautiful on the outside, I'm just that much more disappointed when it doesn't work out for me. My expectations were just automatically so much higher. And yeah, I think that's gonna be it for today. So I really hope that you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, you can go ahead and give it a big thumbs up. I hope that you're going to have yourselves a fabulous day, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!